there, artists. Today we are going to sketch on a blank piece of paper what your planet is gonna look like, what your landscape of your planet will look like. And we have to break our painting down into our three parts: the background, the foreground, and the middle ground. So first things first is you should have your planning sheet all done, what your house will look like, what your plants might look like, and what makes your planet different from everyone else. You want to have this done so that when you start to make your landscape, you already have this idea down, so you don't have to try to come up with them while you work. It's really important to have those envisioning steps, that studio habit envision, where we're thinking ahead of what things will look like, because then when we get to actually making those things, it'll be a lot easier. So I'm going to set this to the side so I can still see it. You won't see it on the screen because I'd rather you see how I'm going to be sketching my landscape. So if we look closely at Carla Gerard's artwork, she made it difficult to sometimes to figure out what was the foreground, middle ground, and background. But in some of her newer work, you can see that she has a foreground, middle ground, and background. And we already solved all those things. So we're going to actually take some of Carla Gerard's awesome, vibrant folk art style and add it to our paintings. So we have to really think about breaking it down into the three sections, because then we can add a lot more color, we can add our little things and awesome details, and it'll be really, really cool. I can't wait. So I like to start when I'm sketching and drawing. I want to start in the foreground, but later on you'll see we'll start in the background. It's going to be a little confusing, but we'll be okay. So my foreground, I'm going to actually want to kind of keep it kind of pretty straight, like it's in the, like a plane. It's called like a field. So I'm going to have my foreground there. So just draw a straight line from one side to the other. And then the middle ground, I think I'm just going to have maybe just a small little hill kind of coming back here. Because if we look at Carla's work, she kind of has a bunch of different lines to break up her middle ground, foreground, and background. So this will be easier to do that. And then maybe I'll make a nice kind of bigger hill in the background for my background. So we'll have the sky as my main background, and then kind of like a middle ground, like a two-part middle ground, but also slightly background, middle ground, foreground. And I think what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna start putting the little things on my planet, or things that make my planet special to me, onto my landscape. Now granted, when you do your sketch, you can do whatever line shape you want. Maybe this is like a mini hill and you do some straight lines in the back. If we look at some of Carla Gerard's work, she has that. Or maybe you do a bunch of hills. It's your choice. It's your planet. I love to see, maybe even do some mountains in the background. You know, think it through. Okay. So I think I'm gonna put my paintbrush tree, kind of like that in the foreground. So I'm just gonna draw lightly and quickly, because remember, a sketch is a quick sketch, or quick drawing, I should say. Got some branches, some smaller branches, and from there we'll add some paintbrushes on them, because it is a paintbrush tree. Okay, I like that. And then maybe I'll put some bushes on the middle ground. So I'm just gonna add some fluffy like bushes here. Maybe I'll make actually like a couple, so it's like a bunch of bushes in one area that have my paint dripping flowers. So when I need paint outside, these flowers make the paint for me. That'd be kind of nice to have. So just have some flowers here on these bushes. And then maybe in the foreground, I'll go back to the foreground and add some of those flowers I made that are like paint palette flowers. So my paint, I don't have to bring any materials when I go outside to paint. All the, kind of looks like a fried egg. All of the things I need are right outside. That's kind of nice. Make it easier to do some painting outside. And then I'll put my house. You won't be able to see all of my house because it's in the background. So I'm actually, even though my house is like pretty big, I'm actually gonna draw my house to be a little bit smaller because it's far away on my hill. So I might not even see all of it because it's actually on there. And there's my, again, it's just a sketch, so I'm just kind of putting it somewhere in the background. And that might, maybe I might change my hill shape to make more sense and do, ooh yeah, I like that way more instead of that. So I'm gonna erase this line. Ooh yeah, that's much better. I like that. And this is where my tower will be. Didn't add much detail, just kind of sketched out what my whole entire painting will look like. So I'll bring you in closer. So I have my foreground complete with my flowers and my tree right there. My middle ground that has my plant or my bushes, and then I changed this hill because I think I like that shape a lot more for this. Maybe I'll put a little extra bump back here to fill it up. Yeah, there we go. That looks a lot better like that. So my background has my house on it, and then I have the sky as our far, far, far background. Sweet. So once you have completed this, you gotta make sure your name is on the back side, and you got your class coat, which I do not have. There we go. And once you're all set, we'll be able to move on to the next step, which is getting the final paper.